Alright, so what do we think about Bulwark?
I like it as a map, actually. I think it is. I can see why it's controversial. Let's say that. And I love Puppy, by the way.
It's too open, in my opinion.
I don't. I see a Plasmacello. That's what I'm dropping down with, by the way.
I see a Plasmacello. Let's go.
Oh fuck yeah! Who drew the plasma? He just.
Captain Chaos is running not just a Plasmacello, but a renamed Van Gogh, as far as I can tell. Oh, what? Citadel CIC? Oh my
Chaos
god.
and Crow.
Oh my
and
gosh!
Mongo's got
Chaos
dual
and
rail
Crow,
CC.
2 plasma CCs and 2 rail CCs. These are the creature cellos we've always wanted.
And Dramus with a... Oh, wonder. That's an obelisk cat fleet. I don't know, it's gonna be bloody. I think the thing is, right, my theory is, if both teams fall around the C point, they can put some supporting fire in D and E. But if you hard commit to one side, the enemy just goes orbital on you. And it's kinda hard to stop that.
Do these have any anti-craft?
Yeah, Highball, I agree with you that basically once someone has won orbital engagements, especially if they control C, they have a pretty big advantage on this map. I think that it's not completely closed off to playing like the low side of the map and ignoring C though. Like,
Right.
the map hasn't been around long enough to really fully explore strategies on it.
True.
The enemy is securing
It's just
zone
the beam
Atlas.
denial is so strong on C that it's just whoever takes it first has a sizable advantage.
At the same time, though, it's difficult to control, like,
The enemy
say,
is securing zone Boxer.
C, E, and D, right? And then, like, I don't know. Like, the naturals, B and A are far enough away that it's not, like, you can't get a perfect sight line on 3 points easily.
True. My concern with the natural points though is that with carrier craft being in the game, your carrier's already going to be back by that point and is going to be incentivized to cover themselves with bombers or like
Yeah.
bomb armed fire, rocket armed fighters.
Like you
or
see with,
something.
like, gnomes, right? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Um,
but you're right. The map is still very new and definitely not figured out yet.
The enemy secured zone Atlas.
Fast key make a liner, long haul sun drive. How fast is that?
Like 52 kilometers an hour.
The
Or-
enemy secured zone Boxer.
I thought he was slower. Oh, wait. Yeah, 52? That sounds right.
Like it's insane.
The turning, though, is going to be not fun.
Well, you just run straight past the enemy, obviously. Why bother turning?
Yeah. Oh, I love this standoff of like 2 corvettes and 2 shuttles just looking at each other. I dare you to go on first.
This is gonna be tight. This is gonna need to knock out both of these shuttles fairly quickly.
He does have a beam though. He kind of wins that.
Does. Let's see.
The enemy is securing zone Eclipse.
Yeah, it's already been tasked.
The enemy is securing zone Comet.
Easy enough.
That's it.
We are contesting zone Comet. The enemy is securing zone Comet.
Looks like that's a C cap for ANS.
Yeah.
The enemy is securing zone
Missiles
Dagger.
out on the E capper.
The enemy is securing zone Comet.
Gems liner wasn't quite ready. Both these corvettes are in position to be hit, but I don't know if that 100 mil is gonna do it fast enough.
Yeah, a single liner can kill a single corvette in time, but
The enemy secured zone Eclipse.
it's sketchy. It has to go perfectly. Luckily, Captain Chaos is kind of providing supporting fire, but I don't think he's in the right position to actually kill stuff there. Needs to be a little higher. I mean, I do love seeing 2 Plasmacellos. Like, it makes me very happy.
Oh, come on, quiz.
Hmm.
I don't know how Jaramus's liner is just straight missing.
It's the
It's-
liner was rolling to try and get more guns on target, and the PIDs really fucking with the
The enemy
turrets.
secured zone
Oh.
dagger.
It's like dragged them completely out of arc.
The enemy
And there's
secured
the
zone
C-cap.
common.
Totally worth
GG.
it.
I mean, OSP can still win, of course, but it's going to be a little bit harder for
It's gonna
them.
be an uphill battle, yeah.
Is how OSP can still win.
Yeah, ANS didn't commit very hard to ECAP, but I mean, they might not have the sensors to realize this, but it's pretty available if they wanted to take it because they took out the capper there.
Well, right, but take it with what? There's still a tug and a shuttle guarding it.
Yeah, exactly.
No, they're heavier on the B side, and even then, Quiz is still putting in good work trying to actually swap that sprinter.
Yeah, it looks like Serial's Axfors are maybe gonna try to engage Captain Chaos's monitor Plasmacello. Blob.
Quiz might actually lose the D point here. We'll see if the police frigs enough.
It's definitely enough. Like, if the shuttle was already on the point, it might not be, but, like, yeah, it's more than enough to deny a shuttle. And usually outclasses an MMT, in my opinion. One of those frig pairs.
Can the carrier make value? Do they have any SDMs on OSP side?
I think Quiz puts them. Oh, sorry, not Quiz. Dramus has them on his tugs.
Not really in enough numbers, though, right?
No.
It's hard
The
to tell what
Cellos
these
have
are.
some Auroras and some T20s, but that's hardly enough. Rail CCs are unfortunately not stuck in at all and are way off on their own.
Yeah, they just have nothing to shoot at, so...
Yeah, they need to start a
Corner
little
of
bit
the map.
higher and more toward the center. Because this is the thing, right, is whoever takes the C point is so valuable, you kind of need a lot of your assets there to put pressure on it.
The enemy is securing zone dagger.
Oh! Shuttle
Oh.
versus Torps. Goes in the favor of the shuttle.
Yeah, Pavisis and Arg, bye.
Yes,
I mean, the
Dude,
thing
if
is...
if you see, you don't even go for that. You don't launch. Like, it's just never gonna hit through the fucking gigapuppies.
Yeah, well, and at the very least, you could have come from underneath, right? And like,
Yeah, you had to roll.
like, I don't think Cork would help too much, to be honest.
No, the problem is the aim point's gonna be right down to Pavise's arc. Like, no amount of pork really saves you there unless you get super lucky.
Yeah.
The enemy secured zone dagger.
Oof.
That will do it. Generally with a shuttle, if you can get eyes on it, you can actually, like, be careful to lob the torp out of the Pavise's arc.
Yeah.
It's not easy, but you can.
I'm not sure how the shuttle got away with that. What is this reinforced CIC? That's probably a factor.
No, definitely, and I think they were actually, like, a little bit tanking with their drive as well.
Yeah, it seemed favorable. I mean, I think Quiz can just retake the point. Outside of the MMT, he
He's
has
gonna
to
have to
fight.
get awful close.
Yeah.
And besides, now there's a couple of monitors pre-aimed on him.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's a good move from OSP to, you know, make up for losing the C cap.
But this is kind of what I'm talking about. Those monitors, once they have the D point secured, they can cut off most approaches to it.
Yeah. There's some bombers in the middle of the map. This map has some really interesting parts. There's like a tunnel you can just fly through.
I've flown through this before. It's really fun.
That is true. Oh, this is gonna be cool.
Oh, but they're in
right
range.
into Aurora.
It's gonna be
Oh,
expensive though.
I mean, he's not battle
It's a
shorting.
lot of-
That's a lot of bombers. It's not be shorting.
And these don't have
Oh,
cork?
boy. It's Pavis.
Wait, no
No
terminals?
cork. No terminals.
Yeah, I don't know what we
That's a
expected.
mistake.
Flynn, those are my torques. It's crazy.
Oh, no.
Did you like sabotage a fleet and give it to Gnome Puncher or something?
No,
Like,
those are. I mean, those are the most effective torps against Auroras.
Still though, bombers are okay. Didn't take any casualties there.
yeah,
Just
whatever.
cost them munitions.
I thought it was 6 bombers. Now it's only 4.
No, it's 4 and 2. They split off.
Oh, I see. I see.
Economy.
Classic Gnome
Timu
Puncher.
R3 setup. Scrubbus.
Yeah, Team War 3s. Same thing.
These are too expensive.
Mini stage.
I think they're only 7 bullets. So.
Ooh, Whale CC is getting in. Let's see.
Wait, I really hope he
Ooh,
isn't
10
using the
crits.
full carrier that I posted. I hope he's just using my munitions.
Was it a 2 levy fleet?
Yeah, the 2. No. I'm not
No.
sure if that's actually a good carrier or not. I made that a while back.
Are these names familiar? Constant Howling and
No,
Pounding
never mind.
base?
Yeah, that's
That
not
is
mine.
so many squadrons to manage. Good lord.
yeah, he's really microing the hell out of that.
I think they're just guard orders.
Okay.
They're
that
all on
makes
guard
sense.
orders. Yeah, guarding.
Maybe not terrible to tell you that. Oh, this Axford is that's a 2 rail CC fleet, so that's a lot of commitment. But man, does that
Rails
stand
hurt,
chance?
dude. Like they're great at suppressing experts.
Oh yeah, no, I'm.
Nah, they're terrible.
Yeah,
Literally, they don't do anything.
Yeah, I kind of right
I should
actually.
never bring them ever.
Especially not to the training matches. Like that would just be a pure throw.
Actually, no, you can bring rails, but backpack rails is the way,
Mhm.
right?
It does seem like tech.
Yeah, the backpack Mark 81 is where it's at.
Ooh,
They shooting at?
they just railed the
Rails
DD.
is- yeah,
Oh my god.
it's fucked.
catching some strays.
Dude, what are even those crits? Heat sink ruptured, focusing element, misalignment. What does that even do?
If you hover over,
It reduces your burn time.
yeah, it like reduces accuracy and stuff.
It doesn't show any. It doesn't show it.
You have to be piloting the ship, I think, for it to show.
Yeah.
Oh no, on the left hand side, look on the control panel. If you look at, I think it does show there. Maybe.
I don't see anything.
Flynn,
Yeah.
hover over the beam cannon.
Well, it doesn't have a crit. Yeah.
Oh, I
yes,
guess
it
when it
does.
starts firing, it'll say.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Anyway.
That makes no sense.
Oh, and he's flanked. Oh, that's no
Yeah.
good.
It's kind of classic
Yeah,
though.
what- ANS has like left one of their. Oh, that's 20 crits on this Axford.
Oh.
No, that sucks.
Oh, misses out on the
Worst part is as soon
keystone.
as you start taking fire, once you've got this many crits stacked on you, all of that damage sticks.
Yeah.
Which Axford is being hit?
The one by Serial
Tricks
Dreamer.
upon the empty.
The enemy is
Is
securing
that
zone
only one
tough.
railfire, or did they bring 2?
2.
That's 2.
So
Now
this-
it's getting
this is a 3K
Plasmacello.
fleet. Yeah, this is a 3K fleet, but
The Plasmacellos are making a jump.
Oh hell yeah, dude. They can just push right through if they want to. I mean, no jamming is kind of rough on monitors.
I think I'm put S on all my capitals.
Oh, the MMT flew a little close. That's getting beamed.
Oh! big torque strike out on one of the Plasmacellos,
Oh, that's a.
getting right through the gap there on the side of C.
That's a pretty cheeky thing
Oh,
to
yeah,
do.
bro, that's my team of R3s.
Scrub his tech.
Oh, Strix upon the empty is reactor credit. That's. No, it's
The
a bad
enemy
explosion.
secured zone dagger. The enemy is securing zone eclipse.
How much does the FSS cost?
I think it's 20 points.
Oh, it's 10.
No.
I'm pretty sure it's
Hold on,
20.
let me
Okay.
I have to clean it open. Okay.
So, an ammo elevator versus potentially not having your Axford burn down around you. I mean, listen, like, what's the odds someone's gonna bring rails, right?
Yeah, they're like pretty bad usually, so you know, you really don't need
I
fire
don't know,
suppression.
on most maps, they're not relevant.
Right. Like,
Maybe Nyx is like you bring the FSS, but others like no one's bringing rails realistically.
Blood Moon, Bulwark probably is like. Bulwark's a pretty strong map for rails, I think.
The
Gold
enemy
Rush probably as
secured
well.
zone eclipse. The enemy is securing zone comet.
Also, I think the tournament match is starting now.
Hmm. Well, who could have seen that coming?
Yeah.
I'm gonna check on it. Is Escape casting
Yeah.
it?
They're getting set up.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, Scape is actively streaming it on Twitch.
Okay, I'll keep an eye on that. It hasn't started yet
Oh,
though.
it's perfect. Okay.
Wait, they're doing more tournament games?
There's one more today.
Yeah, there's one more tonight.
Yeah.
I think we should make fires do more damage.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, damage rail sounds pretty good. I'm
Yeah.
a big fan.
Alright, the
Literally
damage rails
nothing
then.
can go
Okay.
wrong with this. Yeah.
So, can we, if we do that though, can we also get a, like, Fritz applied to the railguns and the endgame screen?
Yes, yes.
Because there's zero feedback.
There's a million
enemy
little like
secured
features
zone
like
comet.
that we would like to have, but would take ages to implement.
Right. I mean, we
Like,
did
all of
finally
I mean,
get,
it
like,
probably wouldn't take that long to implement. It's just like
Well, it's just like each one.
bigger
Yeah.
priorities.
yeah,
But like, when you have like 500 different little things that you want like that, that takes a lot.
right. No, we did get, like, the verbose warnings in the fleet editor, and that's awesome.
Still didn't save me from not bringing a CIC in my battleship yesterday, but that's okay. Giant red warnings are still easy enough to ignore.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can't
See, the
catch
thing
them
is,
all.
all the
Yeah, we're-
experienced players just ignore the warnings anyway.
'cause-
no
Not
matter
alarm
how
fatigue.
verbose they are.
Completely like just normalized having all those warnings because you know 150% power, we're chilling.
Oh, the Plasmacello went through the tunnel here and it's pulling off like this crazy ambush.
These
Um,
axes are in rough shape, too. They're gonna rip these apart.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I will say Plasmacello with 2 monitors like doesn't have that much firepower. Fitting 3 in there is probably best. You really need the extra hull and guns.
It's gonna take at least like another 5 minutes for Zach's to repair all the fucking bullshit that's on it. It's crazy.
Yeah, dude.
Right, and the entire time its main battery is barely fucking working.
Yeah. And my elevators are off. You don't want to go evade in Aurora
Oh.
Fire.
Just because it slows you down.
If you know you're taking
Yeah, you
Auroras,
just want to bomb rush them.
just go straight. You go as fast as you can, or you don't.
No, Auroras
I
are
mean-
shockingly good anti-craft PD.
With like Cantos, you just want to fucking run. Like you're not tanking the Auroras, but with Claymores, you can just bomb rush them. Yeah, I don't know how Don's microing all those scrap or like. I don't know.
Not-
Usually
They're on
only
Defend
have
orders.
They're on guard orders, so you just right click some
strange.
No, that
Like
seems. So how well does
Even
that
with
work?
guard orders.
I guess it stops sturgeons.
Right, like you're definitely not stopping hybrids before they stage.
Yeah.
He's on ANS, so it shouldn't be an issue.
There's also it's
Oh,
not that.
Yeah?
So,
No, there is that.
so there is a funny side effect of this. It's like if you look at the frigates at A, which is police frigates, technically, OSP would not have known that there's frigates here until right now. But the Tantos were tracked from much further away.
Which is weird. I thought Tontos have like tiny signature, right? In
They
theory.
do.
No, but their detection radius is artificially enlarged, because otherwise you just never see them.
Right.
It's
Which,
like missiles.
yeah.
So
I don't know how I feel about that. I think it would be interesting to have stealth craft, but I guess it would be horribly broken, perhaps.
That'd be
It would be
fucking
very
awful,
broken.
dude.
Like
You-
Ithaca
like-
won't be able to see a claymore. They will see the missiles launched from the claymore. They won't see the claymore.
I guess you'd somehow have to modify
That
radar
is-
to
that
like
is
actually
more accurate
like
stealth.
yeah.
They should probably just actually change the stealth signature of the craft at that point, instead of having a special mechanic for it.
Yeah.
Hybrids got stopped by ANS.
But that's what they're for, yeah. This thing's dead as fuck.
Right. Like, give us more of a reason, I think, to bring the adaptive radar receivers, for example.
Yeah, I mean there is sometimes a reason to bring ARRs, but it just depends on
I
what
mean,
think
bringing
it's-
one
it's-
ARR, there's always a reason for. It's that bringing one gets you down to the noise floor.
it depends on the radar and ship and what you intend to do with it, of course.
I think basically all of them end up effectively at the noise floor from a single ARR.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all
that's
use
true,
this
that's true.
Floor, but Flynn is saying
Like you don't need it for
certain
parallax, for
ships, it doesn't
example.
matter.
It's
Yeah.
more useful on like a spyglass.
I think AR should
Enemy
get a
secured
price
zone
reduction.
Atlas.
I don't really think it's worth paying 30 points for.
I think
the
List likes
value it
sensors, dude.
provides.
I think it's pretty valuable, honestly. But yeah, it is expensive.
Also,
No,
you have to
it's-
think about the other way too. Claymore's gonna be Giga, but Pikes will actually be literally invincible.
Yeah, that would be cancer.
They have what, like 70 RCS or something.
What the fuck?
Like you
Same RCS as an R2.
They
Yeah.
right now they have 50 and it's artificially multiplied up to 500.
Yeah, so like a 50 RCS, like a spyglass. Like I'm pretty sure a parallax ping won't even be able to see it at maximum EOPod range. Like these things will just illuminate you with EOPod, and you actually won't be able to know from where.
Yeah, okay, but at that
Sounds
point
balanced.
you could just like the reason that the reason that the Pike's RCS is so low is not because it was designed
He is a
like
fool
it's not
and
for lore reasons, it's for balance reasons. Because if the Pike has a high RCS, it can't do what it's meant to do, right? Like
Yeah,
you could
but like
just
that's what
you
all the
could just-
RCS.
If it had a higher RCS, then its range would probably to be increased.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Um, Should we maybe like is this match decided, by the way?
I think so.
Yeah.
OSP's
Yeah, I
kinda
think
fucked.
ANS just sort of wins this. OSP doesn't really have a front line standing.
Yeah, I would like OSP to surrender, but I also don't want to be too over that top of like telling them to surrender, because they could play it out a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, like, give it like 10 minutes and
Yeah, dude, this axe is almost done repairing.
many such cases. It's a fucking axe.
The rails are definitely putting out the crisp, there's nothing to really follow through with it.
Yeah, and it's a whole 3K off the board of like, well, those crits can be valuable. Like, you know, what else could they have brought in that fleet? You know,
Wait, is Mongo's fleet full rails?
it's 2
Yes.
rails cellos and then 1 censorship. I don't know how.
What do you mean?
It doesn't reinforce CAC. Okay,
You can fit, yeah, but you can fit like, oh, that's how the internals are.
exactly.
Yeah, I mean,
Right,
you
but
can
they are
literally
slightly
fit
better when buffed. Just
slightly
less
better,
holes to protect.
but the burst, like, the effect from the burst is good enough that you don't really need to buff it the reload time that much. Like,
Honestly, the thing is, what are you giving up for that? Like, you could have another frontline CC. paired
Yeah,
with the
I
rail
mean,
CC.
another 450cc is like incredible because you can follow up with your own 450 instead of having to rely on your teammates. Which, like, I get that if you're on a tourney team, you are playing with your people you know, but it's not always possible to have them follow up with their 450. Ah, there we go.
Oh, Dramus is calling it.
Yeah, they're calling it. Yeah.
Should we go to event stage?
Yep.
Sounds
They are
good.
starting the match.